groovy.
Yoo-hoo! And thanks for tuning in to another cult horror movie review.
Welcome home. I'm glad you're back.
It's time for us to dive deep into one of the best science fiction horror movies to ever grace a projection screen. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is largely considered to be one, if not the best, 1950s sci-fi flick, on par with films like The Day the Earth Stood Still. Even almost 70 years after its initial release, this piece of classic alien terror still manages to thrill and amaze today. But before I start yelling out like a madman on the highway, please like this video, subscribe, and request a cult classic movie in the comments. And please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is in the description down below.
Make them listen to me before it's too late!
Based off the novel The Body Snatchers by author Jack Finney, the movie tells the story of a local Dr. Bennell who slowly starts to uncover a secret plot involving extraterrestrial intelligence.
Pretty soon my patients won't trust me to prescribe aspirin for them.
The aliens come in the form of seeds which fall out of the sky and grow to become pods. These plant pods develop alien replicas of people. They're almost the same, except they have no emotion.
Plants from another world taking over human beings. Mad as a March hare.
The truth doesn't hit Dr. Bennell on the head like that, but little by little people start to act strange. He keeps getting these complaints from patients convinced that their relatives aren't the same anymore.
The boy's panic should have told me it was more than school he was afraid of. And that littered, closed-up vegetable stand should have told me something too.
And then there's the famous greenhouse scene which confirms the whole terrifying truth. Director Don Siegel, who brought us classics like Dirty Harry, Escape from Alcatraz, and The Beguiled, just to name a few, isn't commonly associated with the science fiction genre, and yet he did a terrific job adapting this book to the silver screen. I had the immense privilege of watching it in high definition, and the black and white is gorgeous. It's truly candy for the eyes. That film noir aesthetic looks beautiful and helps to give it an eerie mood. Gradually, the story builds tension as Dr. Bennell realizes all is not what it seems, that things are getting weird and kind of spooky in his small fictional town in Mill Valley, California. People he knew for a long time start to turn on him. It creates a sense of isolation and paranoia, as nobody for sure can be trusted anymore. The project is elevated by two great performances. Beautiful Dana Winter was great, but the one who stole the show was actor Kevin McCarthy, who gives a powerhouse of a performance, especially for this kind of film. I'm very surprised he wasn't more of a famous actor back in his day, Invasion of the Body Snatchers apparently being his most famous film credit.
A cosmic form, which to survive must take over every human man. So I ran as little Jimmy Grimaldi had run the other day.
He gives off just such a charismatic vibe, and that highway scene will always send chills down my spine.
Look! You fools! You're in danger! Can't you see? They're after you! They're after all of us! They're here already! You're next! You're next!
It's kind of a thing you'd get in the Twilight Zone, for example. And let's not forget the tiny cameo by a young Sam Peckinpah as Charlie, the gas meter reader.
Morning, Doc.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is quite sober when it comes to special effects. We barely see the pods transform into those alien duplicates. But that's alright because the film doesn't need loads of special effects. It's got a truly original and compelling story with solid performances, good filming. All that is packed into a wise theme of conformism and playing on the fears of the Cold War. It's very interesting, because both Kevin McCarthy and Jack Finney have always denied the rumor that the story is a statement against McCarthyism and communism. I also find it creepy to see all those pod people running after the two protagonists like a mindless mob. Oh, and by the way, this may be one of the only good movies I've reviewed on the channel, which was partially shot in famous Bronson Canyon. For once, a change. Invasion of the Body Snatchers has left an interesting legacy, with a classic remake in 1978, which is longer and emphasizes more on the special effects. 2 decades later, another more discreet remake called Body Snatchers was made in 1993. And then, Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman hopped aboard the body snatching train to star in 2007's The Invasion. Overall, this 1950s sci-fi classic is both thrilling and even sometimes thought-provoking. It's one of my favorite movies of the decade. It's a timeless genre masterpiece, and I really recommend people to watch it.
Why don't you go in, Miles? We've been waiting for you.